would be, yeah, clearly it's not ERAs travelling around here, but it would absolutely be reactive armour, so it gives you that protection against chemical energy.
Okay, so our next vehicle coming on, take us through, obviously a bridge layer, what do we call this one?
Absolutely, so this is Challenger 2 Titan Armoured Bridge, for an Armoured Vehicle-Launched Bridge. There's a reason we just call it Titan, okay? Part of the T2 series of vehicles manned by the Royal Engineers. You've got the Titan, which is the bridge layer, and the Trojan, which you may have seen last year, which has the mine frame, the seams, all of that. This vehicle is a hugely important asset in manoeuvre warfare. That is the movement, the free movement of our forces at pace. To be able to strike with speed and precision. Evidently, it's got a big bridge on there. It is capable of carrying a number of different bridges. The one on today is a number 10 bridge. It's got a span of 24.5 metres, and what you're hopefully about to see now is that bridge get deployed.
Wow, super.
So obviously, traditionally, we can just go back in history, rivers are still being used as defensive lines. So if you've got an armoured force, you come to a river, you can't cross it, you're going to need pontoons or something. And the idea of being able to deploy a bridge of this scale in the time you're going to see means your force can continue. And as we've been following what's going on in Ukraine, river lines are still being used for defence there. So we know these are going to still be very important assets to the army. Obviously, they are precious assets. So you guys are going to really have to look after these, aren't you?
Absolutely. So in an armoured battle group at this point, if this was pushing forward and there was the slightest chance that there'd be any form of resistance, this would be sandbagged in effect with a troop of tanks. So 4 tanks would be protecting this vehicle. At the end of the day, we have fewer of these than we do tanks. This is it's a high value target for the enemy. So you have 4 tanks physically protecting it at this point. Further away, you'd have tanks in Overwatch, which would be not necessarily looking at the bridge crossing. That's what the tanks there are doing. They're going to be looking into the far distance to ensure there's no threat coming in from further away. Now, as we see it going down, you can tell this is the number 10. Okay, not just because it's that size, but it's the scissor bridge action. None of the other bridges, we've got a number 11, which is a 14.5 metre span, and a number 12, which is a 12 metre span. They're just single bridges like this. They don't flip out. Hugely important, as mentioned, manoeuvre warfare. That's what the army focuses on at the minute, and that is what the British Army is and has traditionally been very good at. We're not the biggest army in the world, but we can move very effectively. As this bridge is going down, you're going to have more reserve forces in the rear ready to push forward. Generally, that's known as the bridgehead force. It will comprise of armoured infantry in Warriors 510s. So as soon as this bridge is down, the infantry are going to push over the bridge. They're going to push out about 500 metres to a K on the other side, set up that defence. Because they've got man-portable anti-tanks, we can set up our own anti-tank screen. We really own that. And as soon as they've gone out, the breakout force of tanks will then push over, and these will push another tactical bound over. We're creating that ring of steel, we're supporting the Titan, we're protecting it, because as soon as this is laid, this is going to disappear back, possibly pick up another bridge, or if this is secure, it will sit close by, ready to pick up and go forward.
So just an opportunity to mention, again, from our point of view, many people here will have read the news, what's going on in certainly places like Ukraine, etc. But this idea, now in the future, this may well be happening at night, because so much of what we're going to see in the future is going to be covered. We've got a drone flying at the moment, filming, but just do not believe the myth that this is the end of armour. Why the Russians